YouTube? It's your boy Trev. It's an interesting day today. We got some things to talk about. And we're not going to be talking about crypto. We're not going to be talking about stock. This is more of a life lessons kind of video today from me. Sorry about. I'm always coughing. I know I've got this post-nasal drip thing, drives me crazy. Anyway, all right. So today, if you've seen any of the things that I posted previously, or if you were in Matt Perry's live stream this morning, you know that DJ Trev Market Talk hit 1,000 subscribers today. And that was awesome. We all celebrated. Thank yous all around. It was really, really cool. It's been about 3 months, and that way exceeded my expectations. I really thought it would take a lot longer, but then again, I thought I would be putting out way less videos than I've been putting out. So everything happens for a reason. Well, so in the midst of all the celebration and trying to plan what I'm going to do for a celebration video for having 1,000 subs, 1 minute I had 1K subs, and I did something. I came back, and all of a sudden there's 991 subs. Right? So I was like, well, celebration canceled for now. What happened? Right? It was just weird. It was very weird that, and I thought maybe it was just a YouTube thing, that, I don't know, right? But it was just really weird that like one moment there's like 1K, and the next minute like 9 or 10 people are gone. So, all right, no big deal. Not sweating that at all, right? It'll be back over 1,000, in no time. I have no doubt about that at all. But what I recently found out, and I gotta figure out as I'm going how to say this, right? What I recently found out is that was a little bit of sabotage. I was hacked, right? So, without getting into too much detail, there's an individual, or maybe even a couple of individuals, who are troublemakers, plain and simple, just troublemakers, bad people. Okay, and they've tried to do their own thing. They've tried to get a couple different projects going. And they've looked to me to be on their side. They've looked to me for a little help, and I did help for a little while. They've looked to Matt for some help. They've looked here and there to kind of get things going. And so the thing is, the agenda of these individuals' personal agenda, I started to realize was a little out of line with my own character. And I slowly weaned myself off and had to step away. Well, that wasn't taken very well. Matt wasn't supportive, and that wasn't taken very well. Everyone who didn't support or give this person or these people the accolades that they somehow felt like they deserved became a target for FUD. I want to call it. I hate using that word, but it's an accurate one here. But became a target for a bunch of negativity, and unjustly. Okay, but we all know this. I'm not. I say life lessons, but I'm not talking about anything we don't know. There are a bunch of different kinds of people out there, and it's actually a very special kind of person who, even in the midst of their own sorrow or failures or things aren't quite, where they want them to be, can still look at other people's successes and genuinely be happy for them, okay? Not everybody can. I'm not saying that everybody does. Not everybody can do that. That's actually a really tough thing to do. It's really tough. And then there's another group of people who, when they're looking at other people's success in the midst of their own kind of failure, they covet these people's success. They can't find it in them to be happy for these people at all. They just can't. And it's not like they necessarily wish them harm or wish that they would fail or whatever. I mean, I don't know that it goes that far, but they just can't be happy for them when they're in the middle of their own distress, okay? There is still yet another group of people, and this I would say is probably not a very large group of people, thankfully, but who, like that second group there, can't find it in themselves to be happy for someone else's success, but go beyond that, okay? We've all heard this whole misery loves company kind of thing, and these are those people. Not only can they not be happy that someone else is doing well, and, maybe, I wish I was doing well, but I'm so happy that, that they, not only can they not do that, but when they're here, right, in their failure and in their non-success, and they're looking at somebody else who's here, casting a shadow maybe, the person that's here, when they're looking up at them, it makes where they are seem even bigger, okay? It points out their failure even more when they're looking at someone who's way up here and doing well, all right? And so instead of saying, well, what can I do to get up to that level, they don't have enough confidence in themselves to do that. And so what they try to do is try to knock these people down a level. And the more that they can knock them down, the closer that they get, the smaller that gap looks, okay, between their failure and their success. And it allows them to maybe handle their failure a little better, okay? They're still not handling it very well, but it's a little easier to take when somebody's a little more successful than you than when they're up here, okay? And that group of people is unfortunately who I'm dealing with today. They want to tear anyone who's doing well down because they're not doing well. Well, these people are, I don't know what's, listen, I'm not a psychologist. I don't know what's happened in their lives. I don't know what makes these people do this kind of thing. But they're very dark-hearted, very dark souls, and they will never, ever, ever succeed at anything that they try to do. I mean, every cartoon and movie that we have seen all of our lives teaches you this lesson. Evil does not win. It doesn't get you. And have you watched Star Wars? Did you see what happened to Darth Vader, right? Evil does not win. It doesn't work for you. And bringing other people down just darkens your soul even more, okay? Find a way to bring yourself up. Let me tell you the difference. Listen, how did I, a truck driver, machine operator, construction guy, okay? How did I get to 1,000 subscribers doing a channel about cryptocurrency and stock, which I really just started learning about a couple years ago? How did I get to 1,000 subscribers in like 30 days? I'm certainly no crypto guru. I'm not educating anybody on the intricacies of blockchain, right? You know that's not what you get when you come to this channel. So how did I do it? Well, to me, from my perspective, it's about self-awareness, okay? This isn't about tooting my own horn. This is about knowing my strengths and my weaknesses, having self-awareness. And I can only figure that I've gotten that far because people can recognize when somebody is genuine, when someone is trying, when someone is genuinely happy for other people when they succeed, when someone really wants to help other people to be their best selves and to succeed and looks for the best in people, someone who is fair and gives all sides a chance, okay? You can recognize that kind of stuff in people. And I feel like I'm that kind of person, okay? I feel like I'm very fair. I want to give everybody a shot to be heard. I want to learn along the way, genuinely. I think I can pretty much get along with most people, right? I have some strengths. I have some strengths, right? But mostly it's a strength of character. These other people, they've had some good ideas, to be honest with you. The ideas weren't horrible, but they weren't good people. You're bad people, okay? Dark hearts, dark souls. And that is what holds you back. That's what keeps you from succeeding. And until you change that, you're never going to get anywhere. It's just not going to happen, okay? So, to take it away from me for a quick minute and in my channel and, 1,000 subscribers, 900 subscribers, whatever, right? Here's where maybe the wisdom or the life lesson comes in, and take from it what you will. As I said, I am not a psychologist. This is just things that I've learned for myself through the years. Now, I do have another channel called Real Relationship Talk with Trev, where I talk about getting along with people, usually, with your spouse or your partner or whatever, but really any kind of interpersonal relationship. And something that I've talked about, actually, even on this channel, is understanding people's perspectives, okay? And right now, again, taking it away from this whole thing about my channel, right now, there are some projects, there are some other things out there that are experiencing a lot of FUD, experiencing maybe even some internal disagreements or turmoil or whatever. And I think that everyone can learn a good lesson from this perspective thing, okay? And I told the story on a video on my other channel, and I'll tell you it again real quick as far as relating to perspective, okay? You don't have to agree with everybody, and you don't have to get someone to agree with you or vice versa in order to get along, in order to have a good working relationship, okay? Or a good any kind of relationship. You don't have to agree. In fact, if everybody thought the exact same, how boring would that be? The reason that we progress as a society is that because we all have different perspectives and different ideas, and we put that all in and let it turn around, see what it does, okay? So now, look at it this way. If two people went together to a zoo, right? Big zoo, all kinds of exotic animals, and one of those people are looking around, they're like, oh my God, lions and giraffes and walruses and pygmy marmosets, whatever. Just all kind of things that they would never normally see, all right? And it's just wonderment because they've only seen these things on TV, and how beautiful that is in person to actually see this giraffe with a long neck, or this lion. So it's a cat, but it's huge. And I mean, they're just loving the whole experience, okay? The other person with them, looking at in the same zoo, looking at the same animals, is very sad, on the verge of tears, because they cannot believe how horrible it is that these animals that are meant to be in their own natural habitat and meant to be free are in these small, relatively small cages, these small caged-in areas where they only have so far that they can roam. They can't move around. They can't live the lives that they were meant to live, okay? They're basically behind a fence for our entertainment, right? Two totally different perspectives on the same situation, okay? And, you can argue it both ways. Well, if that lion were out in the wild, probably would be dead by now. They've got to fight each other for their territory. They're trying to hunt a wildebeest, and they could get a horn in the side. They could get scarred and infected, and then they just die in a horrible death. They starve sometimes because they can't get food. I mean, you can talk about all those things. This lion right here, he's getting 3 square meals a day or whatever. He's safe. You can argue it all kind of different ways, but it's all a matter of what your perspective is, which way you're looking at it. And that perspective is formed by whatever, your life experiences, the way you were brought up, cultural things, whatever, okay? So now, bringing that back to what we're talking about and these different projects and stuff that are going on, these different cryptocurrency maybe projects that I've been involved with, and there's some internal struggles happening. people are seeing the same situation from totally different sides and coming up with different solutions that may be diametrically different than the other side, okay? You should not let a difference of opinion or a difference of perspective turn into animosity. There's no reason for that. It's not that the person who is thinking differently than you is your enemy. It's that they have a different perspective. You have your perspective, which you're entitled to. They have a perspective looking at it from a different direction, and they're entitled to their perspective. Doesn't mean either one of you are wrong, okay? Doesn't mean either one of you are right. It just means you're looking at it differently. So your task is to try and understand their perspective, not to agree with them or to get them to agree with you. It's to understand each other's perspective. Why is it that you see it that way? Why do you feel that way? Okay, why do you think that that's the solution? What is your reasoning, right? And again, you might not agree with it, but if you can understand why they're thinking that, then you can say, all right, well, I understand I understand that's your perspective. Please understand that this is my perspective. Is there some place that we can meet in the middle? How do we do this? It does not have to turn into animosity. It doesn't have to turn into separating sides, this side and that side, okay? Matter of fact, it should never do that if you're professionals. All right? I'm going to call it what it is. If you're professionals in your field and you've been doing this forever, then it should never come to that. Because people like very often to think that their way is the only way, but that's just simply not true. All right? So humble yourself. Try to understand everyone around you's perspectives and get along and get the damn job done. All right? That's my advice. All right? And it all ties in because, listen, these people, they have their perspective. I don't know what led them to it, but I don't follow it. I don't buy it. It's just clear. It's clear. As long as you maintain this darkness and just try to bring everybody down, and you're sitting there laughing and snickering and with your little minions trying to get other people who are also miserable in their lives to be a part of what you do. Listen, there are cults out there. There are cult leaders out there who are horrible, horrible people, and they can find people out there to agree with the bullshit that they're saying, okay? So don't think that because you got a few people agreeing with you that somehow you're right, because that's not the case, okay? Be good people. If you can't be good people, then go live in a cave somewhere, but leave everybody else alone, all right? You're never going to win. Never going to win. I'm going to get to that 1,000. I'm going to blow by that 1,000. There's not going to be anything you can do about it because, you just can't. You can't. It's going to be what it's going to be. But, whatever, I really, really sincerely hope for you that you find peace and come to your senses a little bit, all right? Jump on board, maybe try to help some people out, and they'll help you. That's how life is supposed to work. All right, that's it. Listen, my description says this is all about me ranting. That was my rant. We'll get back to stocks and crypto soon enough. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Ciao.